Hey, you there. Thank you for watching, and welcome to Forge Lines Forever. Today, I have a 5v5 custom match here on the most amazing New Roxas map generator. So let's go ahead and introduce our teams and our players, starting off with Team 1 in the northeast and ending with Team 2 in the southwest. Starting off with Team 1, Southern player, and working our way counterclockwise, we have in Ruby Red, Team 1's Resistance. He is a UEF for this match as a 2300 rated player. He is tied for the highest rated player on his team. To his north, it is Rayla as a Seraphim, in Amethyst Purple as a 2100. And to his west, we have in Snow White, Vindex as a Seraphim as well. He is a 1700. I will point out he is the lowest ranked player in the game. So 1700 is the lowest, just to put that in perspective for everybody. To his northwest, we have in Tropical Ocean Blue, it is Hybrid. He is an Aeon for this match as a 2000 rated player. And last but not least for Team 1, tied with his teammate of Resistance for highest rated player on his team, it is Turbo 2. He's an Aeon as well. Again, in orange, the color orange. So for Team 1 side of the map, they are lacking the Cybern faction, but they have 2 Seraphim, 2 Aeons, and 1 UEF. Starting off with Team 2 Southeastern player, they're going clockwise this time. We have in Forest Green, it is Deli. He is a Cybern for this match as a 2100. To his west, next door neighbor to him, it is Taristo. I can never say his name right the first time. He's an Imperial Grey as a Seraphim as a 2000 rated. To his northwest, we have in Stitch Blue the Wiki. He is a 2600. He is the highest rated player on Team 2. And in the game, overall, he is a Cybern for this match. To his west, we have another Cybern here for Team 2. It is Extractor. He is in Chevy Crimson as an 1800. And next door to him, we have in Regal Purple, it is Insidious Noob. He is a UEF for this match as an 1800 as well. So for Team 2 side of the map, they have 3 Cyberns, 1 UEF, 1 Seraphim. So Team 2 lacks Aeon, Team 1 lacks Cybern. And for these 10 players on the map, let's take a look at the recom situation. Currently sitting at a little over 11,000 mass, which makes it 1.1k mass per player. It is definitely worth going after, especially a huge chunk of it being in the middle of the map. But there is a lot of mexes on this map. Team 2 will be not poised, but we'll say this is Team 2's in the southeast, Team 1's in the northwest. Taking a look at Team 2 side of the map, there is a 5-star mex here, as well as one here for Delhi, 4-star mex here, or quad mex, trimex, a quad over there to the west, another quad to the northwest. So lots of groupings of mexes to go after. And there's also a couple of one-offs kind of in the middle and dotted, of course, in between everything. Oh, and can't forget the 5-star mex position in the rear guard here for the Wiki. So it is going to be a little bit slower in terms of scaling that eco, but once they get to T2 and pretty much start to getting everything up to T3, those numbers will jump very, very quickly. Taking a look at where players are spreading out in this match, we do see that Insidious Noob is actually heading northeast, not going directly north to challenge Turbo. We see that actually XR is going to be doing that here shortly. We see in the southeast, or mid-east, whatever you want to call this, it is the Wiki going off against the Resistance and Rayla, with Delhi bringing up the eastern side. We do see that Taristo is also coming in to assist the Wiki as well. So 2v2, possible 3v2 in the east, maybe possible 3v3 for Vindex moving into the north. And then it's going to be 1v1, 1v1. Maybe they'll just conglomerate and do 2v2, but we'll kind of see how that early action kind of solidifies our players' front lines, at least the early ones. A couple of units have some fun times here against Hybrid's forces. Hybrid able to take out one of those Mantis and push them a little bit back. But again, early aggression is really only designed to hinder enemy movement or engineer expansion in terms of mexes or frontline facilities, but it doesn't really stop it. It just kind of, it's a hindrance. It's not going to stop it entirely, but it's going to be annoying. T1 PD online. XR is dropping hit points pretty quickly. He has to be careful, but he does have some reinforcements inbound for Insidious to help assist with the kicking out of Turbo 2's forces. We do see first come on come action. Ooh, it's close, but they're not engaging yet in the middle here for Hybrid and Insidious. Looks like they're just going to focus on reclaim and call it a day. Lots of T2 land and air facilities have been started. T3 land facility upgrade has also been started by Insidious. So getting that Percy army online sooner rather than later is a priority for him. Com 1 com action has occurred between XR and Turbo 2. And XR is going to be the first player eliminated from this game at 8 minutes flat. Very, very rough. Ooh, that is got to hurt. Team 2 is now down a player. Will the Wiki gain that base? Will they gift it over to Insidious? I feel like Insidious probably should at least get that quad mech position. But we'll see exactly what gets given to who. But great grab there. Yep, everything gets transferred over. Almost everything, I think, gets transferred over. And I think these mechs is... Yep, they were also giving those over as well. So Insidious is going to have a lot of mass coming into his coffers here shortly. Gets to get that mass storage expanded very quickly. We see Raylo has actually crossed the Rubicon, pushing into Deli's position. Deli's like, hey, no. Don't do that. And starts to move back to intercept. Team 1's, again, keeping Team 2 at a distance. Same thing for the reverse. So Team 2 not really engaging. Just going to be not solidifying, but just going to be satisfied with the reclaim they're getting and holding out for now. Team 1 starting to push in with the death, of course, of XY. A little bit less APM on this western side will give Team 1 a nice little foothold on Team 2's territory and, of course, pushing in ever so slightly. We even see the Wiki is actually shifting his comm northward to intercept and deal with this incoming force. T3 air has been starting here for Team 2 and for... No, Team 1 is done. Wow, very, very early T3 upgrade. Probably was done probably at 9 o'clock. Or 9 o'clock, 9 minutes. In the east, we do see Tersto going in with his gun comm. That's going to force everything on this eastern side to fall back. We also see nearby Resistance going for his gun. Yep, his gun should be done right about... Oh, no, it's T2. Now it's gun. Sorry, it's T2, then gun. And in the east, we do see that Deli trying to force back Raylo, but he doesn't want to move. Has some assistance from some T2 spam Riptides. Deli deals with one of them. And we see T1 PD has actually been captured by Rayla. That's very funny. And now we're going to see Deli capture that facility. T1 facility, actually T2 facility now online and pumping out some rhinos. And that facility is actually just going to get reclaimed and be done with it. T1 PD going to be built. Rayla runs the mess. It's like, go away. Just go away. In the west, Turbo 2 holding the fort down, going for most likely either sensor package or speed. Would be one of the others. It is going to be this speed upgrade. So Aeon Sniper Commander almost needs that advanced range on board. Riki helping out to close off any sort of incoming threat from the north with this wall section. But in the east, Com action, Resistance has gun. Testo does have gun, but doesn't have T2, so missing a little bit more hit points than Resistance, but of course does have 1-star veterancy to help out a little bit in that department. T3 land upgrade has been started by Testo, and T3 land is done for Resistance. So everybody getting to that T3 stage of land units, I'd say not necessarily super quickly, but I'd say roughly what happens with players in these. I was going to say age brackets, but ratings brackets. Wrong quantification there. Anyway, a couple of Titans online here for Insidious, but not going to take out that little fire base at any point, at least right now. Needs more Percy power in that mixer where they pump those shots out and deal with all those hit points very quickly. And essentially maybe one tap of comm, maybe. We'll see what happens with there. Team 2 does have a UBF commander, same with Team 1. So tactical Billy Nuke is possible, but T2 naval facility online for Delhi in a map that has a tiny bit of water. Nothing too crazy. I didn't want to mention it, or I didn't even think to mention it because I didn't even think it'd be an issue for anybody. But look at that. T2 Salem is online, and because he is a Cybran, he can walk that online. Resistance, like, can you please get this thing off my back? It's annoying. And that will prompt Team 2's Tersto to engage and actually head northward. We see Vindix is over here to the east. He's actually taking a beating. He's probably either going for Nano or T2. And I think that's actually his gun. Never mind. Yeah, that is his gun. So he'll be able to help out a little bit, but he, again, is kind of lacking on hit points. In the West, we do see, looks like Turbo 2 is going to either stay there or die, or both. And we see he's going for another upgrade. Looks like it's the range upgrade. So he'll be rooted to the spot for a little bit, but is possibly having a problem with the missile tech online for Insidious. See a couple of forces inbound from the east, inbound from Resistance to distract. Lots of Ilshis, of course, coming after the Titans here, but Vindex is here to assist as well. So a couple of T3s with the comm. Not really going to be a big problem here for Team 1. But missile outbound from Terrastone. He's trying to snipe the comm. I don't know if he tried to hit the comm or not, but it was an attempt. I don't know if he went after Mexers or something. There are some TMD built, so if he did go for that, they're kind of wiped out now. And those T2 Ilshis are now dead and gone. But they did take out a couple of the Mexes, a couple being 2, but not really worth the damage. But of course, Team 2 is pushing in with Rayla coming into the east and kind of blocking any sort of land avenue. We see Delic being, well, you know, I can use pseudo land units and just have them walk. So that'll work. TMD trying to be built. Shields trying to be built. Artillery is going to be built here shortly. TMD is dead. The shield is now done. Shield, speaking of which, actually done for Turbo. So that's what he's going for, not his advance range. And Insidious going for his gun. I would presume he's actually stopped the upgrade currently. And I would presume, yep, getting those Percys online. Love to see those air fights. Either did happen or the wiki has just pumped out a lot more ASFs. Missile outbound going after more Mexes. Almost hit a ASF there. Takes out that T2 Mex here for Resistance. So the eco situation. Team 1 is winning almost 100 mass per... Actually, no, it's not just almost. It's more than 100 mass per second. Closing on almost 200. Team 2, either that's power related. That's possible power related because of the jump from 50 to 70. So going to keep an eye out for that. But Team 1 is losing Mexes on the eastern side. And they have a little bit more of a boost considering the fact they have these Mexes here. But they are only T1, so it's nothing too worrisome if Turbo loses this. Titans are pushing in, but the Percys are bringing up the western side, which will definitely secure this position here for Team 2. Insidious is falling back. He took a lot of hits there to open the door for his forces to engage. Turbo, of course, has shield, range, and speed. But I don't think that's going to be enough to stop this push, which will force him to disengage. Transports nearby going to drop off some Harbingers. Need to rep up their shields again. But that's not going to be enough to help. Love the assistance from Hybrid, but not too little too late. It's just not enough. We do see a couple of forces down the western side of the middle here from him as well. So probably trying to cut off or at least do some damage to Insidious Noob's position. They, again, walk west to the edge of the map. They'll cut off any sort of reinforcements for a little bit. That might be an opening that he can exploit, but we'll see if he really is going for that or he's just going to go for more mass kill and recall for some reason. Interesting. Don't know why that's happening, but okay. 3 players agreed to it and 1 did not. We do see in the east, again, those Salem still sitting offshore, haven't engaged on land. Looks like they fell back a little bit. Looks like the T2 Naval Headquarters was actually knocked out at one point, and they've rebuilt it. They're going to stop any sort of nonsense from that. Again, and Terrasto still holding the middle causeway, or eastern middle causeway. And the harbor just continues to just barrel down on Insidious Noobs to everything. A couple of gunships on... Actually, those aren't gunships. They look like gunships. They are not. They are Titans. And those Harbingers will eventually be dealt with. Nope, but there is a gunship in there. Okay, I wasn't mistaken entirely. It just looked like there was a lot more firepower from the air than there actually was. A couple of Percys continue to barrel on through. Not bricks, but Blaze is trying to help, but yeah, that's not going to help too much. And transports inbound with some Authams. Now that's going to help. And one Percy just gets annihilated with a nice little overcharge there, but that's going to be no problem. And then those forces probably will be transferred over and they'll be sent back to try to secure the beachhead once again. The Harbingers, the Salem's keeping all the everything at bay. Lots of Team 1 Zeri online, so if those Salem stay still, they're going to get hit with a lot of damage, but they're moving, so nothing too worrisome there. And ASFs protecting the one lone gunship, but they don't want to lose that one gunship the Wiki. He paid a lot of mass for that and doesn't want to lose it to just no, random ASF from Team 1's Vindex. Nobody on Team 1 has decided. Well, okay, maybe scratch that, but secondary air player is possible for Team 1. Team 2, have you decided to go for a second air player? No. No, not as of yet. T3, land headquarters very far forward for Terrastil. Cuts down on travel time, but puts it more in a vulnerable spot, so there is a con and pro to that. Does look like Terrastil going to engage gun, missile, and T2 versus resistance gun and T2. We do see 14,000 mass kill for this comm, so 5-star veterancy gives him a huge boost in hit points. Optim's continuing to charge, don't care about much anything else except the comm. It looks like T2PD trying to be built in time, but that's not going to help. Terrastil going to actually fall back a little bit. Takes a little bit of damage due to that explosion. There's a couple of Optims inbound to the north. Inbound from, who is that? That is Rayla. And should be fine. There's a lot of spam here, though. We do see some more Optims inbound for Terrastil. He can't get any more fast hit points, but gets underneath a nice little shield emplacement, just barely. But doesn't last that much longer. So it was a murder-suicide, essentially, between Resistance of Team 1 and Terrastil of Team 2, dropping this game now to a 4v3. Still in favor of Team 1, but that is kind of how it goes sometimes. We do see still Harbinger's just annoying the western side here for Insidious Noob. Delhi gain control of everything on the eastern side. So Delhi on the east, Insidious Noob on the west, the Wiki for air for Team 2. And it's just bombardment, bombardment, bombardment. Oh, and did I say bombardment? Well, I'll say it one more time, bombardment. Inbound from all these Salems. Land invasion is also occurring. So it looks like Team 1's eastern side is collapsing. At least the front line is. He's probably going to back up to probably this position. Missile outbound. That's not going to help, but he does move, so that's probably a smart thing there. In the west, actually, I love this. Nice little upper position here for the difficult to get to. Got to get some gunships or transports or something to get up there. Has some TMD in the mix. Actually, no TMD. Apologies. That's kind of a foresight issue. Just because if there's some missiles inbound, that's a dead position. Looks like they're upgrading the T2 to get some T2 engineers up there. That's probably what they're waiting for, is those T2 engineers. But who built the artillery then? I don't know. Anyway. Can I even kill it, says the wiki. I don't know what he's talking about or referencing. Turbo still in the water. And Insidious Noob still holding off Turbo in the north. But he is really just getting hammered on this eastern side. Team 1 has broken through the frontline defenses, now shifting southward. The wiki in the water. Team 1 is not necessarily winning the western side entirely, but they're doing a very good job. Team 2, again, doing a very good job on this eastern side. So yin and yang going down here between both these teams, which is, of course, very common in games such as these. Reinforcements inbound from Insidious to try to cut off this advancing force, but there's a lot of stuff that can move pretty quick. So Team 2 is going to be a little bit hard-pressed to engage that, at least right now. There's some ASFs waiting to possibly engage the wikis. He has really no transports, gunships to really speak of, so there's a couple, but it's not really worth it. And those forces inbound from Hybrid actually stopped to attack. We do see wikis over here going for an upgrade on his chassis, it looks like, going for Nano. And those Harbingers are going to win that fight just because there's so many more of them actually out of the water, or out on land versus the ones in the water for the Perseus. See a couple of Optims trying to take out a couple of Salems, which they do. They take out one of them. But then, no, that's not a Salem wreck, but it's just slowly losing territory. There's so much artillery coming off those Salems. It's really difficult to push that back long term. Or at least no, short term, not long term. Long term it is, short term it's not. A couple more gunships inbound from the wiki. He is Cybran, so he doesn't have the best air-to-ground weapons on board those things, but it's definitely better than the Restorers by any means. T1 PD being spammed up, and then T2 PD here shortly getting a shield to protect that investment. Love to see that 1-2 combo, though, and then now going for some T2 PD. We do see the Harbinger's actually going to ignore the air grid for now, trying to go after more mass investment, because, well, the Pigeons are being Pigeons, the P-gens, and everything is starting to be defended by PD. And in the east, Rayler getting a nice little T2 shield, trying to reestablish themselves on this eastern side. Couple of gunships inbound to, again, go after the Salems, but really needs to be a little bit more AA. They might... Ooh, they might get that one. Artillery will miss, but that Salem's still online. T2 air facility either got reclaimed or got destroyed and then reclaimed, but nevertheless, the naval forces have been severely hampered by the lack of facilities. Harbingers still breaking through, now into Delhi stuff. That's gotta hurt. A couple of Harbingers actually split from the main group, going after that group. And the PD here is going to be enough. T3 mechs will go down. That T3 mechs should be fine. They will be fine. And in the west, another attack is inbound. The Insidious Noob was successful in kicking out Turbo, but the eastern door kind of got kicked down, and the blood is just gushing out on that eastern side for him. Our team floats 50,000 mass. Are we winning this, says Vindex. Team 1 at 1.4k mass. Team 2, 1.5k. Team 1 has lost Resistance, so 4 players left. Team 2 has lost Terrorsto and X-Rush, so 3 players left. So Team 1 winning the comms alive and the AP, not APM, but I guess technically, but also the mass income. So I would say map control is roughly 50-50. Let me know down in the comments who you think is going to currently win this game. Of course, if you haven't done so already, because why not at this point? Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button, because why not? I usually release my videos same time every day. Sometimes there's a video that takes a little bit longer to actually upload / do all the YouTube check nonsense. So sometimes it gets delayed, or sometimes it just doesn't upload for some reason. That happens once in a while. But thank you so much for watching to about the midpoint in the video. I really, really, really do appreciate it. And of course, thank you for watching. If you're new, if you've been here since the beginning, if you've been here since the beginning of the year, doesn't matter. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so very much. And in the west, it does look like Insidious Noob running out a lot of his mechs on this western side. Just, again, a couple of poking and prodding and annoyingness going down on that western side for him. On the eastern side, it's just all out nonsense. Just throw everything at the other side and see what sticks. Bricks are inbound, Autumns are inbound, Salems are still existing, missiles coming in and out, spam coming online in the Medusa form. It's just, again, like I said, throw spaghetti at the wall and see what sticks. Lasers going just crazy over here. But it does look like the position is starting to collapse, but Rayler is coming in with a Fat Boy, so that's really going to help keep this position alive. Fat Boy is slowly coming into range of those Salems, and that's not good for the Salem health. We see Rayler might actually fall back as well. I don't blame him, just because that's a lot of firepower, but it looks like he's dealt with most of it at this point, so nothing too critical. The air, though, is looking very dangerous for Team 1. Team 2 definitely winning air at this point. Decent amount of gunships, a little over a squadron. We have 147 for Team 2's wiki. And 115, so not actually as bad as I thought it was going to be, but if that trend continues, Team 2 is looking at a huge advantage. Cloaking is started for the wiki. He has laser on board. Crab is done. Again, like I've mentioned with Cloaking, very, very useful for defensive purposes. Offensive, as long as there isn't an Omni nearby, it's great. If it is, not great. This could easily become an Omni for Vindex, but just needs to upgrade. Again, Whalers coming in, wailing on those Harbingers. There's my dad joke of the day there. And in the east, some of the Salems still alive, somehow. Don't know how, but they're somehow still alive. Fat Boy pushing in. Chicken actually not going to just full send it, which actually it could, and kill off the Fat Boy very easily. Fat Boy goes, oh, I see that, and I'm going to run away now. See ya, bye. And no, you can't pick up a Fat Boy with a transport. We all wish they could. Can't do it. Even with a Continental, they're too fat. We see in the east land invasion once again. So Rayler really does not want Delhi to have this. Hybrid builds an experimental. Everybody's building experimentals at this point in the game. Chicken? No, Colossus, excuse me. They don't have Cypern, so they can't build any monkeys or crabs. I did see that crab running around for Team 2. Where did it? Oh, it went this way. Okay. It was going east, and now it's going north. Upper plateau position will probably be knocked down here shortly by these gunships. There's a couple of T2, T3 AA emplacements, but again, nothing too crazy. We see in the east, Chicken continues to barrel on forward. Had it gone straight for the FAF point, it might have actually clipped it a little bit. Rayla goes, oh, that thing's coming from it. No, you can't keep that thing standing still. You got to go for it. Raylo trying to get a transport. Will he get out of there? Transport is nearby. Going to drop off a unit. Missile outbound to assist. But the... Oh, got to get on board. The Chicken is down. I repeat, the Chicken is down. Oh, that was some very glitchy nonsense there. Rayla gets the heck out of there and gets home. Iron Storm will activate. Gunships were going to come and assist that, but they're being a little bit too cautious. There is a huge group of ASFs to the north. It will be a big air fight in the west. Colossus versus Crab. Colossus does win that. Does it win that fight at close range? I can't remember. But the Crab wins that fight at long range, of course. Just it literally outranges it. That's how that works. I shoot farther away from you. You can't shoot back. I win every time in that regard. So, yeah. Ironstorm's still hooting and hollering over here, but it's not really killing off that much anymore. It's everything out of range, and now it's done. Cloaking is done for the Wiki, so he has cloaking and laser on board. Will he go for gun, or will he go for T2 on board? Or T3. Players sometimes like to boost up their hit points a little bit with some T2, T3 action, but some of them like to shoot their gun secondary. Actually, in that case, it would be their secondary gun a lot faster. But, you know, each their own sort of thing. That Crab is... Not Crab. That Colossus is really just having an interesting time with that brick, just shaking it. Like, I don't know. Like a shake weight? I don't know. Insidious new builds an experimental to the west. Is it another Crab? I would presume it is, but he could be building Fat Boy. Nope, it's a Crab. Okay, never mind. And in the east, land invasion has been denied by Team 2. Gunships inbound. The Chicken now online here for Rayla, but the gunships are going to be possibly a shoot away. Wiki being very cautious with his gunship. Oh, no. Okay, pulls back the gunships, so doesn't want them to be, again, annihilated. He has mainly ASF producing facilities, but he has a couple, I think, gunship ones as well. It just depends on what he wants to focus on. Team 1 isn't producing any T3 gunships, just T2, due to the fact that Vindex is Seraphim, so he doesn't have T3 gunships, but he could always get some UEF or Aeon Tech and build his own. You don't really see that a lot with air players. They just stick with whatever faction they start with. But, you know, sometimes they divulge into other territories. Crab is breaking through the front lines, though, against Hybrid. Colossus is about to be finished, so that will definitely help. Crab is newly minted, though, essentially, so still going to win that fight at range. Colossus about to stand up. It'll finish before that Crab gets in range. Colossus is now online. That will definitely help. Gunships online for Rayla as well. If the Crab doesn't stop moving, the Colossus will get in range. And speaking of which, the Crab stops moving. And now all fires going down on that Colossus. And it was definitely wishing that it was not constructed on the front lines like it is. Gunship's trying to help, but I'm not going to do that much. And that is a dead Colossus, regardless of what happens to the Crab at this point in terms of damage. Unless it just gets insta-killed somehow by some god power, just smited. Western side for Turbo has broken through once again. Does have a nice little Colossus, so while there's gains in the middle now here for Team 2's Turbo, he's losing territory. It's either he makes headways in the west or the east. There's no in between. There's no west and east. It's just west or east. It's an or statement. He's going to get one or the other, and that is it. T3 land facility going down. That's not great. Hybrid can't always build a new one back at base, but it's going to take him a minute. That's a little bit unfortunate. In the east, is that? No, that's the same Fat Boy. I thought it was the second Fat Boy. Chicken pushing back out. Team 2 has lost a decent chunk of their land invasion. There is a Chicken waiting to engage. The Wiki's actually holding position next to said Chicken. I don't see an Omni. There is, oh, no, scratch that. There is one over... Okay, there is one over here. Those long... Ooh, that is not great. He's barely out of range. Oh, he's literally on the edge of glory over there. Sad life of Sarah. What's he talking about? That don't matter. We need gunships top. Oh, sad life of Sarah. Yeah, they don't have T3 gunships. Well, then go for Aeon or UEF. I mean, you have Aeon Tech, and the UEF player died, but he still has his UEF Tech running around. I don't know why. There's this thing called share. You know, I'm not trying to be sarcastic or anything, but it's like there is a way to get T3 gunships. The Crab continuing to just full send it, going after Turbo, and that's going to weaken the western side a little bit, at least for a couple of, or soon to be a couple of minutes. T3 land facility has been rebuilt once again, and I feel like that Crab is going to kill it off again for the second time in a row. And there goes that. Couple of bricks still remaining. Percy still remaining. Will it get one more shot off? No, it will not. Another T3 mix is being denied. Team 1 in terms of mass income, 1.7. Team 2 winning the game in mass income. And this could start shifting in Team 2's direction. But quad mix position being taken out. That's not helping anything with the mass income at this point. Eastern side is being pushed back quite severely. Fat Boy assisting the two chickens. The Crab, it's run into a Colossus. This is the third one that's engaged. 134 kills, 115,000 mass killed. Going to go for another T3 max before its death. This thing has just been ripping everything apart. There is no thing. There's not no thing. There is nothing that stands this way. Colossus goes, I don't like this no more, and decides to retreat, losing hit points surprisingly fast considering they're whalers and not broadswords. So he's probably going to get to that facility, and that's really about as far as he's going to get. Lasers done for Delhi, going for cloaking. So 2 cloaking laser commanders on the eastern side for Team 2. One the Wiki, one of Delhi. It is very dangerous. If an Omni gets put right here, that's going to be the end of that story entirely. And if Wiki shifts northward, which I think Team 1 knows. Oh, nope, just barely out of range of that. And those chickens going to push the land invasion back into the water. Not looking good in the east. Looked very good in the west, though. Frontline position is gone. A chunk of that base for Turbo is gone. Eco is now down to 1.5 for both players. Another Colossus online for Turbo. It will probably get back to the water. It's going to hurt a lot. It's going to have to go to the hospital. It's going to have to get its knee replaced, its hip replaced, its eye replaced. A whole bunch of stuff needs to get replaced. Oh, never mind. No, it's not even going to make it to the water. Scratch that. It will not be able to touch the waters as it dies. It will be denied and crash, and will most likely be scooped up by Team 2. Reclaim, speaking of which, currently sitting at, we started with 11,000 on the map, up to 250,000. So enough mass to build anything in the game and then some. And that Fat Boy's continuing to just punish Team 2. Killed off 37,000 mass, and those 2 chickens helping out a lot. Again, creating that buffer zone between the Fat Boy, the army, and the chickens. And Team 2's army. Another chicken here for the eastern side for Rayla. No spicy plays here yet from either team. Maybe there's a gentleman's agreement before the game started about no game enders. No nukes yet, surprisingly enough. No artillery, no satellites. Only land experimentals and T3 units. That's really the main thing that both players are doing. The upgrades on the comm, of course, are still there. If he moves any further north, he should be spotted at some point. Or does it only spot... No, it can't only... Oh, yeah, there it is. He's on screen. He is in range. Oh, the Wiki. You are not in a good place. Oh, he just got hurt a lot. That's... Is he dead? No, he's not dead, but there's some torpedoes on those Othams. Chicken fight over here to the north next door to him. He's got to get out of there. Those torpedoes are raining in on him. Oh, he has nano, so he's repping up 90 hit points a second, but it's just not a good day. He took a lot of loss there. Eastern side, Delhi went for cloaking and nano, and now he has regular guns, so a little bit more firepower. But again, in that regard, not by a whole lot. Wiki's going to fall back. Make an AA, bro, says Wiki. Bindex says Torps, question mark. I mean, he could. Second crab online. Looks like the crab's going to take out the upper plateau position. And does have a nice angle on it. There's also some artillery. Actually, no, that's a Percy shot. Never mind, that's not artillery. But it's just being eaten alive by the little bugs flying around him. At least he thinks they're bugs. ASF fight still not happening. 350 versus probably Vindex is 300. Oh, 330. So roughly staying about 20 to 30 ASFs between the two players. It's going to be a slog fest once that happens for a little bit. Just who ends up getting the better turns, better AA underneath, all that sort of thing. Deli's going to pop his head out of the water to assist, but there's a new, not a new chicken, still a chicken, a ton of spearheads. Look at those things, just fire those missiles. Gunship's inbound, though. That's not going to, oh, that was not the button I wanted to push, apologies. That was the button I wanted to push, there we go. And those spearheads, will some of those missiles actually hit the gunships flying over top? No, because they're shooting forward, which is going away from the unit, which is actually quote-unquote shooting backwards, if you want to think of it that way. But maybe some ASFs will get hit by missiles? Maybe? No, doesn't look like it. There could have been, but I just didn't see it. Deli online with his laser. Chicken is down. 4 chicken wrecks. There's a missile. There's still that FAF board to contend with. New chicken online. Is that an Omni? That is an Omni, so Team 1 knows where he is. Oh, and they know where a lot of stuff is. Vindex has to be, not Vindex, sorry. Deli has to be very careful, and Team 2 has to take out those Omnis, or those cloaking laser commanders are going to be denied almost, actually, not even instantaneously, before they're even coming into range. They can make AA themselves. Just conversation about AA from the wiki. Western side, Fatboy online for Insidious Noob. Again, keeping Team 1 at bay over there to the north. Strap Bomber running around. Don't know what it's doing, but it hasn't been given any attack orders just yet. Lots of bricks escorting that comm from Delhi. Still nothing really engaging as of yet. 4 units donated to Rayload. Don't know what those are, but there's something. Strap Bomber has unleashed a payload. It's going after that T2 max, not T3 max. And AA on board that Fat Boy actually doing a decent number to that T3 Strap Bomber. Another Fat Boy online. And ASF's going to come and assist. Yep, there goes that. It doesn't really do much. Takes out a T2 max, but not worth the cost of a Strap Bomber by any means. Another experimental done for a hybrid, another Colossus. Yeah, still no big ticket items yet here for Team 1 and Team 2. 2 crabs to the west against 3 Colossi. Again, the range will always win, but pure damage, Colossi are going to win that, especially if they group up on one of them and then the other, especially if there's a 4th one inbound here shortly. So it's just spam, 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 more spam here for Team 1. And in this case, it's very expensive spam. It's that newly minted stuff. Oh, that crab might even kill off that. It'll kill off the Colossus, but a 2-for-1 trade. Team 1's going to take that trade every day of the week. I would. I'd take that trade. A little bit more expansion in the air grid, but nothing too much. Again, no SMDs, no nukes. No game enders, no big fancy plays in terms of large amounts of satellites or whatnot, or just Strap Bomber spam. And the air fight, I mean, it's begging to happen at this point. 37 minutes on the clock. Still a 4v3 game, and nobody has decided to put up the recall request, so there's not that up. Just making sure that no one just randomly departs for some reason. Galactic Colossus is down. Whalers, I mean, they've really been helping out Team 2 kind of keep some stuff from Team 1 at bay, but you know, the eastern side is starting to collapse. Both of the comms have fled outside of Omni range, or at least trying to at that point. And you can see the Whalers are like, come get us, come get us. And the ASFs from Team 1's like, nope, nope, we're staying over here. Man, they're just right there. Look at that. It's okay. The game is going at -2 right now. Somebody use your ASFs against the other player, please. Somebody just engage, because it's just you can see the wheels turning, being like, I really want to go for it, but essentially whoever engages first, not necessarily will lose, but it's not gonna be a good day. What are you doing? I thought they could make it. Bro, go to my 10 Sams. Oh, over here. He just went the other way. The Colossus will not make it. No, it's not going to make it. It's going to be barely. No, that's unfortunate. Gunships to the west. Colossi being pushed back by 2 Fat Boys. Definitely needs to get some AA surrounding those things. In the east. Chicken, crab, another chicken, another crab. Again, still nobody on Team 2 or Team 1 making any sort of big ticket items. I keep thinking that's an artillery piece position, but it's not. Yeah, still no super big items. Yeah, like I said, there must be a gentleman's agreement or something beforehand, because somebody would have thought about building something at this point. I mean, there's an SMD, and there's an SMD up there. That's really about... Oh, there's SMD there. So, you know, there's thinkings about nukes and whatnot, but no real launching of said nukes. Have 500 ASF, says Vindex. Okay, so he says he has 500. The wiki must have almost that. No, he has 500, so a little bit less than his opponent. Almost has 2 squadrons of gunships, though, so that's probably a little bit of the cause of that. You can see the slots just slowly coming in at this point. Eastern side. Still that Fat Boy is not dead. 72,000 mass killed. Chicken reclaim going down here from a while ago at this point. Total mass reclaim. Team 1 330. Team 2 300. So again, nothing too favorable one way or the other. Somebody engaged. 2.1k mass for each team. So they have a lot of mass running around. Dedeli producing almost 1,000 mass for his team, and Turbo and Rayla at a little over 600, and Turbo almost at 700. Again, like I said, somebody's going to be thinking about building something at this point. In a game where the average is a little over 2,000, surprised that nobody has built, again, a game ender level item, or structure or unit or whatever. Fat Boy trying to ground fire the units in the water, but not really having that much success in that regard. Is that a... Oh, that was a lightning storm. I thought it was a chicken ion storm. I'm like, what happened to that chicken? I wish I could speed it up, but I can't. It won't go. In the west, Fat Boys again slowly just pushing Turbo back onto that land. Insidious Snoop does not want anything near this patch, a nice little beach frontline property. Lots of engineers running around going for reclaim, building artillery, building shields, building whatever they can. Gunships now been stacked up here for Team 1's Turbo. He's like, enough of it. I'm tired of all the gunships. And he's built his own. Again, those are actually a nice counter to Whalers, just because they have more AA on board. There's also some Spectres online, but they're probably not going to last that long in the face of the AA on board the Whalers. So, yeah, not a super good move. But, you know, they just had sent them in and just didn't call them back, essentially. I do that all the time. Air grid still being expanded upon here by Team 1. We even see Vendex going for a shield or two. I do love that. Granted, most players don't build one until artillery comes. Wiki already has some in place and actually puts them in the middle of his grid. Love to see that. In the east, Fat Boy is continuing to just sit there and just hammer and hammer and hammer. 3 chickens, 2 crabs. I think the crabs have it, unless at least one of the chickens gets into ion range. I'm not, again, 100% on the maths. Send like 10 ASF to snipe the Awasa. Does somebody on Team 2? Does somebody on Team 2 have a experimental bomber? Ooh. Where is it? I want to see it. I want to see the bomber launch some semi-nukes at... Oh, nope, it's down here. Okay. So it's under construction, but it's not there yet. Man, this game is just... There's just things that can happen. Oh, now we're at -3, everybody. -3. Gunships inbound. Oh, looks like the whalers either got killed or they fell back. Third fat boy down here. ASFs just really want to go for it, but they don't want to. Oh, no, they went over here. Never mind, they went over there. So they're not dead. Eastern side, one crab is dead. One chicken is dead. Maybe 2 chickens. Autumn's over here. Brick's over here trying to pull the attention away from the middle section here. Wiki over here. Again, he's in radar range, or omni range. He's going to get spot. He's going to be killed immediately. And that is not going to be a good thing here for Team 2. I hear a strap bomber or 2. Looks like they're going after the group of bricks. And that chicken is almost dead. Chicken is now coming out of the water. Chicken should have just actually gone straight this way and tried to go after that fat boy. There's still a crab. There's a newly minted crab here for Deli. Deli's back here with its cloaking laser gun comm. Strap bombers are fleeing. Chicken is down. ASF's online. I think that was an ASF from Deli. Yep, he has his T3 air facility. He's producing his... Not even going up, so he's just holding off for it. In the west, with the lack of air presence here from the wiki, Team 1's able to push in. You don't need to send all the ASFs in. You can just send like a third of them and kill those off very quickly. I wonder why it's -3. Oh, I wonder. Really? You, of the 2 people that know exactly why it's -3? Oh, the wiki's in the thick of it a little bit. He's doing fine, though. He's up to 4-star veterancy. He's still being shot at. Crab pushing in. Chicken dead. Chicken's dead. Crab's dead. Everything. Team 1 has dealt with most of the land invasion, but I think Delwy's just kind of fed up with it at this point. Ooh, the shields on board that... Oh, that's not great. The fatty's actually moving closer to the crab. Oh, it could... Oh, he's backing up. No, don't back up. No, don't back up. It's almost there. You're about to kill that fat boy that's been alive for a very long time. Oh, he grabs it. Nice. Oh, please tell me the F fight's going to happen at some point. It's going to be a huge reclaim field when it does. Just engage. Somebody engage somebody. Somebody just do it. 560 versus the wikis. 507. Man, it's going to be... Oh, he actually has some more ASF, speaking of which, from Delhi, I would assume. Those are Seraphim ones. Yep, those are from Delhi. So he's really seeing about 600. Fat boy dead. 2 more fat boys remain. There's actually 2 more fat boys over here and crab over here. Frontline being pushed back. They have to. The amount of firepower from the fat boys is too much that Colossi can't sit there long term. Eastern side... Still, it seems like those kills from on Resistance, Terrastro, and Extra were from an age ago. As man, it's been a while. It just seems like a lot longer because the game's been going a little slow. But it does happen, of course, from time to time. Strat Bomber is weakening the shields, but there's a lot of flak nearby, and yeah, yep, there goes the last one. There are some T2 artillery miasmas. More lines are being built as we speak. If the crabs go first, they'll, I think, draw the attention of the miasma, allowing the fat boys to push in a little bit more. You don't want it the other way around, because the crabs are significantly stronger in the HP department than their slower fat boy compatriots. Crab is dead. Chicken online. Reclaim just instantaneously here from Team 1's. Rayler probably getting a ton of mass. Oh, yeah, look at that. Just climbing. Almost actually getting more reclaim than per second than he is his mass income. That's a lot of mass. It just is. It's just a lot of mass. Okay, looks like the Colossi are going to hit the Colossi. The crab's going to hit the Colossi at range. Third fat boy is not grouped up with the other 2. Colossi. Not Colossi. I keep saying Colossi. Dang it. But there are Colossi coming into the north, though, so that's a problem for Team 2. Looks like gunships might go to that. 5 more years till Donnie realizes I gave him 50 ASFs. Let's go, says Insidious Noob. That's great and all, but mid is lost again. Yeah, it's not going great. Hybrid's lost. Another Colossus. Gunships are inbound to assist. There is still some flak here, so some of those is just going to be ripped apart. Miasma, though, that's helping take out the crabs. That's helpful. Oh, ooh, ooh, gunships over here. Oh, not great. They need to fall back immediately. Looks like Vindex is going to take it. Is the ASFs inbound? The ASFs are inbound. Whalers trying to get out of there. Is Vindex just going to... No. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, he's thinking about it. Oh, the gunships are getting further away. The ASF ball is getting closer and closer and closer. -3 again. Oh, drop it to -4. That'd be entertaining. No, no. Oh, come on. Somebody engage somebody at this point. That's just mean. Just have the big ball of nonsense so we can go back to 0 at least, please. Crabs are broken through. Fat Boy coming in to assist. Fat Boy's lost its shield, but it's repping up. Another line of artillery is done and dusted. And Team 1's middle is starting to lose. At least the northern middle is losing. Team 2 is holding down here. And I think if Team 2 holds and they're able to push into the north like they did earlier, that might not necessarily be game, but it's going to help out a lot. Is the air fight going to happen now? There's more AA nearby Turbo's base. Not too much. It's mostly over to the west, but there's a couple of SAM sites over there. In the west, gunships actually being forced back by the flak, but they do kill off one of the Colossi. There's one Fat Boy down here and the comm of Insidious because he's there helping out. Another, that's the same Fat Boy, never mind. Crab's going to continue to push out. Oh, here we go. Oh. Come on. It's right there. It's right there. The caster, me, and the viewers like, just engage. Somebody do it. I'm looking at my recording time, and I'm like, that is not the same number. And I sped up the beginning a little bit, so it would have been actually probably close to an hour at this point had I not sped up the beginning. Colossi just being ripped apart by whalers at -2, -3 sim speed. I got to keep pointing that out because it's just so slow. What's your ASF count, says Vindex? Oh, no, okay. No. Just engage. 700, says Wiki. Is this going to break? This might break the 1500 ASF video I made a while ago where 2 players had over 1500 ASF total. I got 30 from down. That's funny. He's like, I got 30 to help me. Oh, look at that. The bomber's almost done. That might kick it off. If the bomber can get somewhere on Team 1's side of the map, that's going to... How about we control 30k to make it negative? No! No, don't do that. No. You're going to have the air fight. And all of them are going to die in glorious combat. No. Don't just control K300 of them. 8. No, that's 600. Never mind. Okay, tell me. Oh, no, don't. Don't tell me. No, they are. They're going to do it. Okay, I did. Oh, the wiki, no. Oh, he did. Oh, no. Look at all the dead ASFs. Oh, no. Oh, you can see all the dead little splashes of stuff. Oh, man. I killed my ACU almost. Ooh, that would have been bad. How do you do that? Oh, because he clicked on it because he was underneath. That would have been... What's up, bomber has landed. How did you almost kill your... Oh, he's... No. Well, he did do some damage to himself. That was funny. Restore is inbound. That's helping out. Take out the momentum here for Team 2's attack in the middle. Colossus trying to get close to those crabs and Fat Boys, but going to get stopped along the way. Another Awasa bomb inbound. Wiki, probably not stand that close. Not the best idea. They can still see you. They can still see where you're at, so just be careful of that. By the way, it did not help the sim speed at all. It kept it at a solid -2 instead of like a -2.5. So it is one of the not strangest things, but one of those that was definitely a gentleman's agreement that actually happened. So I do appreciate both of these players. Just okay, we'll take out 300 ASFs together to help out the sim speed a little bit, because the fight's gonna happen more or less the same regardless at that point. Reclaim Team 1 500,000, Team 2 470, over 1 million mass reclaimed. Team 1 2.2, Team 2 2.4 mass income. Thought those were missiles, those were not. Attack has broken through the defenses here for Team 1. Is this going to be a surrender scenario here for Team 1? No, not yet. Team 2, are you thinking about it? No? Okay. I want to make sure that I'm aware of that. Since ever I saw it earlier, I just wanted to know if it's happening. Bomb, 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 bomb. Bomb, bomb, bomb. Sound like the guy from Meet the Parents. Very funny movie with Ben Stiller. Very, very, very funny. Robert De Niro. Such a good movie. Oh, couple of ASFs inbound. They're going to kill off that bomber, though. That's unfortunate. I wanted a big air fight, and no big air fight. Sad. Sad. That might be the thumbnail. Is just either the wiki or Vindex's ASFs for the sake of the sim speed, and just 300 ASFs just fall to the ground. That would be very entertaining to watch. That not be watched, but that'd be the thumbnail. It's just one of those you'll never see it, maybe, or you'll probably never see it again kind of thing. So you might as well show it off in the thumbnail. Because all my GC in red because of air. Yeah, that's not helpful. Another FAF boy is exposed. Yep, ASFs are going to wipe those guys. And Insidious continuing to just push and push and push and then push some more. On the eastern side, that Awasa bomber kicked things off very well. And T3 Galaxy-class battleships. He went into it again, ladies and gentlemen. He went into Navy. He's building another one. He's building a monkey. He is fed up with it. He just wants to break everything and just be done with it. There is a nice little chicken rush on the western side. Or chicken run, I should say, not chicken rush, chicken run. Oh, 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 come on, come on. Just engage, engage. Hey, 46 minutes on the clock, and it finally happens. -3 sim speed, didn't even matter. And look at the glorious, glorious just kaleidoscope of nonsense between Wiki's ASFs and Vindex's ASFs, and we'll watch the sim speed just go higher and higher. Oh, it's not even just, tight turns. It's just nonsense happening. Oh, I don't know who's going to win this fight. It's kind of... Oh, it's kind of favoring Vindex. Yeah, it's actually... Wow, it really favored Vindex. Look at that. Great job from him. There's still some whalers in the mix, but there's a lot... Oh, that's a lot of dead stuff. Classic. I had 500. Same. So it just comes down to a little bit of luck. How many left? Yeah, let's see how many left. 3. Wow. Absolutely annihilated those ASF skill issue. ASF do be like, yeah, that's... Sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. Just one of those things. Team 1 has air. It is not dominance. It is not supremacy. It is just, I have air. That's it. Just flat statement. Whalers back up for a little bit more AA coverage, but I don't think it's going to be much longer. They went up to -2 again. Not helping the sim speed, ladies and gentlemen. Not helping at all. Donnie has AA. I made Sam's there, says Wiki. Oh, look at that. He did make Sam's. Or somebody made Sam's. A decent amount of Sam's there. 10 of them. That's something. Was there any AA underneath? A tiny bit down here. And not much. There's a couple more over there. I think it got into that territory a little bit. ASFs are making it back home. Vindex has 212 remaining. 2 players have called for a recall. Team 2, no recall yet. Eastern side has collapsed with the battleship bombardment, monkey, crab, the everything. Omni's about to go down. Vindex still has his one up here. Attack in the north has been essentially denied. Attack down the middle is starting to be... Well, that's just gone. Looks like Turbo just control Ks and hybrid control Ks. Seeing that the game is kind of over at this point, and there goes Vindex, and then that leaves Rayla left standing. I was going to attack the reclaim before the game ends. Over 500,000. Yep, sounds about right. And a lot of it right there. Look at just the dead. Just look at them all. And that's 1 player left here for Team 1. And that's, I think, partly driven the fact by I just don't think Team 1 could have pumped out as much support on the ground, or at least in the air, fast enough. Team 2 wins the game at 48 minutes. Sim speed was at -1 before it ended. I killed 20 GC. Right? So many GCs died in that. Oh, look at that. Billy Nuke online for Insidious Noob. Look at that. And there is no TMD, so that would have actually landed. But that is the game here, folks. 48.5 minutes in a game with players' average rating of over 2,000. So very slow match, but it's just one of those games. There had to have been a gentleman's agreement. No nukes, no artillery, no game enders. I don't even think I saw much in terms of the RASCOM department, at least not that I noticed. Oh, no, there's a gateway there. So maybe there's a couple of SSUs running around, but nothing just, spam a bunch of teleportating nonsense or Rambo comms. So it's nice to see a withstrained game, but man, did that kill the seam speed. But again, thank you so much for watching. I really, really, really do appreciate it. If you haven't done so already, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. MVP for me, I mean, I got to give it, I think, to Vindex and for Wiki just for honoring the kill 300 of your ASF's agreement. I mean, I've seen that joked about, but never actually happened. That was fun to watch. But again, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see all of you in the next one.